So we're back at it with the what if that I decided to do because lockdown is boring as hell. It's pretty late actually tonight, so I'm not sure how long that this video is gonna be because I write it down because I won't remember anything, but it's like 2 pages. So I don't know. It could be half an hour like yesterday's. Might not be. Don't know. Alright, so basically we're gonna start off. It's the first day of UA. Since Deku's minted now. He drives in his limo to pick up Kirishima. And Kirishima is excited to go to UA. And Deku gives off the same vibe, but he's more reserved because he's gonna sort of be similar to his dad. His dad's more technical, and what's the word? Well, smart and reserved. Yeah, smart and reserved, basically that. So basically, they arrive early as Inko, being a good parent, wants him to be punctual. And Inko's another reason why he's humble, because his Quirks actually really powerful, but he doesn't act like Bakugo in school. So basically, they pull up now. They pull up to the car park in UA, get out of the limo, and they walk up the stairs to go to class. I'm gonna say pretty early, before Ida and Bakugo even turn up. But Momo's already in the class because she's one of those be there early, assess the situation, I guess. Oh, got a bit. Ooh, that was weird. Anyway, so basically, Deku and Kirishima sit next to each other, just mixing up the seating plan because they're friends now. Deku wouldn't sit behind Bakugo because Bakugo's not there. Kirishima sits by him, all nice. So Momo walks up to Deku as she has met him a couple of times in conventions and all with because Dad does the support business and Momo's got a famous business or whatever. They're in the same convention, they gone to meetings together, stuck when they were younger, so they sort of know each other. I'm not sure if we're gonna ship them in this, but they know each other, so they start talking. She basically asked, why didn't you go via recommendation, because Deku's dad surprised UA with support gear to help in the support course, so he should get in easily if he had that. But basically, his dad did offer him to go, but he denied it because he wants to prove that he's strong. And that's when Kirishima butts in, saying he smashed that. Wait, he smashed the test. He even destroyed the 0-pointer. I'm stuttering. He even destroyed a 0-pointer to save the floaty girl. And as he says that, Uraka walks in, spotting Deku running up to him and saying what she says in the anime. I know that messy green hair. Anyway, as Deku turns around. But unlike the anime, which annoys me, Deku gets flustered really easily when he's with girls. So I'm not having that. So basically, he says hello. I'm saying basically a lot. He says hello as she thanks him and asks for his name because he didn't get his name as said in the previous part because he burnt his throat because he did a madness and melted the tires from the 0-pointer, making it tip over, crash, boom. Deku just greets her and says, I'm Nezuko Midoriya. But before they had a chance to carry on with the conversation, they hear explosions coming from the back where Ida and Bakugo were having an argument about disrespecting school property, disrespecting previous 1A students or whatever Ida's doing because Ida's teacher's pet. Basically, they didn't see him walking them in, but after they heard the explosions, they heard it. This noise wakes up Mr. Aizawa and he says it's too loud. It took too long for them to get quiet, and he's in a bad mood. So, but after that, he pulls out gym uniforms and tells the class to go to the field for the quick apprehension test. The class begins to protest, but Aizawa activates his quick, and they leave begrudgingly because, like, that's a terrifying quick. Well, it looks terrifying anyway. On its own, it's not really painful, but you know. I'm not sure if the quick actually, like, would it stop a mutant quick? Because it doesn't stop, like, Invisible Girl, does it? No, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, Kirishima and Deku race to the changing room because, like, Kirishima's like, I race you there, better win. And then Deku's like, no, you won't. And they start running in the halls. And getting to the change rooms first and second. Deku just beating Kirishima. But Ida rushes towards Kirishima and... Sorry if that was a bit loud there. Kirishima and Deku. How can I forget the main character's name? He doesn't actually have the nickname because, you know, he isn't buddied by Bakugo anyway. So Ida comes up and says, like, no running in the halls, that's against the rules, blah blah blah, expecting like to like bow to him. But Kirishima says, you ran as well to stop us, which Ida's pride for the second time in 2 episodes been hurt again. So they all walk off. They all walk into the change rooms to get changed. And that happens. After getting changed, they go to the field where Aizawa gives... Oh, wait, give me a second. That was... Yeah, nice. Anyway, where was I? Aizawa gave the ball to Deku, saying, you got the highest points tally, because you got, what did I say, 50 villain points and 60 hero points? Yeah, 60 hero points. So, basically he says, you got the highest, so you throw once without your quick and once with your quick. But once he says that, they all hear crackling like firecrackers going off in the background because Bakugo is pissed that he didn't come in third. So, first, not third. He'd be even madder if he came in third. He came in second, obviously. But he's like pissed. So, Deku without his quick froze and gets around 150 meters. Like, I assume that's pretty good for like, because he's been training with Kirishima, like his normal throw's pretty good. So I assume that's a good throw, and I think that's above human. I can't throw 150 meters. Can I? No. Not even close. Well, depending on the ball, I'm not sure what the ball's made out of. Yeah, no, I don't think I can. Anyway, Aizawa is surprised by this, as well as the rest of the class. And Kirishima does the Kirishima thing. That was a manly throw, shouting from the background, with his thumbs up, with his smile. Oh, I love Kirishima, not gonna lie. He's a good character. Anyway, Aizawa hands the ball again. This time, he's allowed to use his quick, so Deku burns a little hole in the ball, like a little, I'm going to say pinhole, like a 1 centimeter hole in the back of the ball before. So he chucks it for 100 meters, but he produces the green flame. No, let me say that again. He throws the ball, and the little hole ignites with. No, I don't like that. He chucks the ball with his green flames. This is going to be his third strongest fire. Basically, it goes orange, normal flames like the one in the picture. Green, that's his second. That's what he uses when he's like in a serious fight. No. serious fight. No, when he's capturing people like a wall. Yeah, a wall of fire. Like he uses that as like defensive fire, and then it goes blue like Dabby's. Dabby. Yeah, Dabby's flames. So like, but that burns his neck, like burns his throat like Dabby's skin. But I think it's got less of reaction because of all the Deku's training. And then his last fire, the white flames, but that's like last resort. Oh no, I'm gonna die. So basically, he throws the ball. As it hits 100 meters, the green flames erupt from the hole and it shoots across the sky, which makes it land around 900 meters. Everybody gets excited. Like, they say the normal thing, like, oh, this is going to be fun. Before, like, Aizawa threatens to, like, expel the last person. But the only people not excited were Bakugo and Todoroki, as Bakugo's annoyed that someone's taking the spotlight off him because, like, he didn't have Deku to humble him at that river scene. So he's a little more, he's angrier. And Todoroki is getting aggravated because Deku has flames. And he's like reminding him of his father, even though he's using green flames at the time. So it doesn't really make sense. But it's Todoroki. He's in the emo phase. So as the test progressed, Deku places first overall because Deku is stronger physically. And like in most of the tests, like his fire can help him move faster. Grip test, he's meh. But in the dash, he comes first because he is able to use his fire breath. The blue fire now. No, yeah, because the blue fire would have incinerated the ball. But the green fire wouldn't. That's what he thought anyway. So he used the blue fire to shoot forward and he passed Ida, getting like 2.5 seconds. I don't know what Ida got faster than Ida. So does pretty well on the rest of the test, placing overall first. So after that, the next day, time skip, it's going to be Heroes versus Villains arc. Yeah, this is the last section, and yeah, okay. I haven't changed it up that much, but there's going to be a few tweaks in it, you know? So the next day, All Might bursts into 1A, and everybody goes wild. But Deku's more collective, since he isn't fanboying too hard, because like his favorite hero is actually Endeavor, but he doesn't know about Todoroki because he hasn't done that much research. He just watches Endeavor's like hero videos and he wants to be like him. But he's still like fan of All Might. They're like same level really. So All Might tells him it's time for Heroes versus Villains and to go to the testing field. I'm not sure what it's called, testing site Gamma or Gamma probably. So Deku's costume, it looks like the same in canon, except it doesn't have that weird mask thing with like the All Might thing. It's got like, it doesn't have the hood, it's only got a mask like the one in canon, and the suit's fire resistant because of Deku's quirk, which will become more relevant later in the story. His mask also shoots out carbon subnitride. I researched this. I actually did some research, which apparently is the hottest burning fuel. So he's going to use that instead of his like white flames, because it hurts when he does that. So he's got backup, so he doesn't have to like burn his throat, because like if the situation is they need hot flames, he can use that without burning up his throat, so he can like help with another situation if that occurs straight after. Like, so he's pretty good with that. He's happy with that. So Yuraka says his costume's cool, like in canon, but before she gets to say like, "Oh, it's too tight on me," and then Deku has that like embarrassment stage. Momo walks up to him and says, "That's like notice instantly the fire resistance and the mask containing the oil, because like she's smart and her creation quick. She's researched loads of stuff, so she's like, that is a very good idea with the fire resistance." This interaction though leaves Yuraka a little bit annoyed, as she knows how well Deku and Momo get along, as she like overheard the conversation before she walked in. Just like, I'm just gonna say she does that. But before, she doesn't know she fancies Deku, because like it's the same as in canon, they're both useless. So before she can figure it out, the groups were selected. They're gonna stay the same as canon, which disappoints Kirishima and Momo. Did I say Mina was... Mina? Yeah, Mina was friend, so I guess it disappoints her as well. But Yuraka is obviously very happy. Bakugo is angrier, like more irrational than he was even in canon, because like Deku has the highest grades just behind Momo and has the highest practical score. So he still charges Deku. Deku's... What was I saying? No, it doesn't charge Deku. His personality doesn't change. So he's still angry. And Deku noticed that he's angry at him, as he could feel what felt like his white flames go into the back of his head all day. So like, Bakugo is not giving off a good vibe. So where was I? Deku tells Yuraka, instead of like, he's more tactical in this. He's got strategy, he's clever, he's not going to rush into things, and he doesn't have that personal collection to Bakugo, which leads him to do an irrational thing. So he will tell Yuraka to float to the second highest floor and find the bomb and hide and wait for him, basically, whilst he deals with Bakugo, because he's planning or anticipating Bakugo rushing him, because that's the personality he's getting off him. So as she floats, Deku pushes fire up, so she floats up faster and then pushes her to the window, basically tag teaming with the Quirks. Like, the flames don't hurt her, because like she feels the heat, but they don't hurt her because Deku can control what it hits. Like, he can't control it with his throat, but after it comes out, he can control the heat and all because of his pyrokinesis, because of his mum. So straight after that, All Might shouts "time to begin" in his like All Might voice. I'm not good at all my voices. So Bakugo charges down. He like rushes him, and it takes about 20 seconds for him to reach him, because he's just like blowing through the floors, because he's even more irrational. So he lets out an explosion, like tries to catch Deku off guard, but Deku deflects it using pyrokinesis and shoots fireballs Mario style at him, which blasts Bakugo away before Bakugo tries to rush him again with his signature right hook with the explosions. But Deku, he's been trained by his dad in boxing and kickboxing, because that's what his dad did before he became like a pro hero and the support company person. No, CEO, owner, founder, or whatever it's called. Yeah. So he gives him a right uppercut. No, not a right uppercut. He gives him an uppercut, which is boosted with fire, so that punch sends him flying. So anyway, Bakugo gets up and he hears a click, the signal that is gauntlets are full, and he starts to grin before giving a menacing grin and shouting, "Die, you damn nerd!" because Bakugo, with a massive explosion erupting from the gauntlets and hitting him towards Deku, whilst All Might says, "Stop, Bakugo." Well, young Bakugo. Yeah, young Bakugo, yeah, Japanese. No offense to him, but it's weird how they say the last names instead of the first. But anyway, All Might says stop. And Deku, in the 0.5 seconds that he has time to react, uses his pyrokinesis to swirl the explosion around him like a waterbender, but it's with the explosion. And sends it to the side of Bakugo, like the side of the building, like at him, but not directly at him. So he gets hit with the wave, the blast from the explosion, which sends him out of the building. They're on the second floor, so he doesn't have too severe injuries, but he's like out, like he's knocked out, and like he's immediately taken away because he's like blasted like 100 meters. Almost about to stop the test before he sees Deku get up with his ears ringing. His ears are ringing after he got hit with the explosion and hit into a wall. Because like the blast did send him back. So he looks up, sees the building, side of the building's gone, and he's like, "Damn, that was a powerful explosion. That would have killed me." But anyway, getting to his senses, he starts using his fire to boost from floor to floor. Because like Bakugo left like a literal direct tunnel towards the bomb area, so he does that. Where he reaches the bomb area, where he sees Uraka throwing small rocks at Ida, which he easily evades by the rocks. But he clears the rocks before, but the rocks, like rubble, reappears because of the explosion. So she's just yeeting those rocks at him, but he dodges it easily. So let's see what happens next. Basically, with his senses restored, his adrenaline's pumping. Like Deku's messed up, like inside, like his bones gone, broken. Shouldn't be walking, but his fire's giving him more adrenaline. I'm just going to say that's a feature of his quirk. So basically, he's got adrenaline now. He produces normal fireballs, the orange one, and throws them at Ida, which gets his attention. Deku knows like he's not got much time, like a minute before he passes out because of the pain. Because the pain's going to hit him, so Ida's quicker than Deku in this. So like they both charge at each other. But Deku is injured, so like he's slower to react. So Ida lands a nasty kick to his side, breaking more ribs, breaking the rest of the ribs that weren't broken, and he's slammed against the wall, but dodges the follow-up attack because Deku's always alert. I'm always alert. After dodging this, he uses his last bit of strength to get up, and produce a green wall of fire, which surrounds him and Ida, and gives Ida a grin. At that moment, Ida knew he fucked up. Like, he realizes he made a big mistake, as All Might declares the hero team the winners, as Uraka touched the bomb in like that cute hug motion, whatever it's called. So anyway, the moment after that announcement is made, Deku just collapses. Like, he's got several broken ribs, fractured legs, and as well as his mind being strained from the pyrokinesis because he had to hold up the wall, move the explosion. So he's a little bit messed up, if I'm being honest. So anyway, Bakugo gets told off because he's like reckless, but Bakugo's pissed even more because he's taken his first loss of his life. Because like Deku wasn't there to Deku didn't beat him, but he felt like it was a loss because Deku like helped him up from the bridge, I think. So he's even more annoyed with Deku now. whilst he was letting off firecrackers on his unbroken arm, as he's gone to recovery girl before Deku. And then, like, recovery girl, like, helps out, and then he yells him, he leaves, Deku comes in, rushed in. But during all of that fight, Todoroki was getting more and more annoyed because he sees the skill of Deku with his fire. And this reminded him more and more of his father, which he hates, and now he really wants to beat Deku. So anyway, all the other tests are the same. Kirishima wins. Kirishima wins. I don't know, and then the rest test that goes the same. Deku's in the recovery girl's room now, and he jumps up and he's like, "Where the hell am I?" Before recovery girls, like, immediately, you know, that anime chop, bang, straight on his head, and be like, scolds him for using too much pyrokinesis. Like, she doesn't blame him for the broken ribs and bones, because that was like Bakugo's fault, but the pyrokinesis, she blamed him for that. It's like, you can really hate yourself doing that. But she's interrupted before she can finish scolding, as Kirishima and Mina burst into the room shouting Izuku. Well, Kirishima shouting Izuku, that was so manly what you did there with that explosion. And then Mina comes in, Mina and Uraka. I'm going to say Uraka's there as well. And Momo. Yeah, fuck it, all of them. They're all there. They all said in unison, Mina, Uraka, and Momo. That was pretty cool. Cool, but stupid at the same time. I was like, Momo... No, Uraka doesn't say that, but Momo and Mina say that was pretty stupid, because they knew Deku didn't have to aim the explosion like what he did. He could have just deflected it downwards or to the side, like, of him, and, like, not use as much pyrokinesis, like, holding the explosion, because it did take like 5 seconds for him to do that. So they're sort of like jokingly saying that was stupid, you know. Well, Deku laughs, wincing a bit, because, like, recovery girl hasn't finished all of it, because she doesn't want to take all his stamina away. So that happens, finishes with that, he's laughing. Deku asks, how did they all do? Uraka says, yeah, well, I was on your team, we won. I think Momo won as well. I would assume she was with Todoroki, I think. Right? Okay, she was with Todoroki in this one. Anyway, she was with Todoroki, and he looks at Mina. She walks into the corner saying, I was frozen alive before, like, Deku and all of the rest start giggling, because, like, that was pretty funny, because she was trying to get the acid off, but the ice kept coming before she turned into basically a pink popsicle. So that's gonna be it for today's episode. I'm tired, to be fair. So next episode is gonna be USJ. Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be USJ. I'd like to thank you all for watching. This is just fun, as I say, as I'm going to say, this is just boring for lockdown, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed, and